Welcome back to the channel, little flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. This is going to be a little bit different of a video than what we normally cover here on the channel. A little bit more serious topics. There were two incidents that occurred at both the Malmo Regional and the Hartford Regional Championships this last weekend. At Malmo, there was an incident of a player cheating. And so we're going to cover that and show exactly what happened. At Hartford, the winner of the tournament, after the tournament, had a video released by someone else that showed him having a hate-fueled racial insignia shaved into his head. So if that sounds a little bit like something that you're sensitive to, I just encourage you to proceed with caution. We're not going to show any pictures or any video of that, but we are going to go through what exactly happened and their apology for that. So this is, again, a little bit different video for today, but I do feel like it's a good discussion to have with the community at large. And if you have any thoughts, please make sure to go down below, join in the conversation in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so this is where it happens, basically. He's going to take two prizes on the Genesect. So, okay, watch Oliver here. Watch the prize zone. If you guys haven't seen this. This is in the Malmo Regional Championships. Watch the prize zone on Oliver's side of the field. He's going to take two prizes on this Genesect, sniping with the Greninja. He's set up his board in a way that the only way he can win is if he gets the recovery of Clara, so that he can have an attacker to close out the game. If he draws the Nest Ball and the Colress as his two prizes, he will lose. If he draws the Clara, he has a chance to win. So let's take a look.
It's abilities, yes, my bad, yeah. I thought it was effects of attacks, but it's abilities.
So he's going to take the Nest Ball
things like
first.
Clef Key, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Clef Key.
Yeah.
So Clef Key can't affect
He
it.
looks at it,
We're all learning
and then he
today.
takes the
You guys are learning
Colress,
I haven't played
looks
Fusion in
at it,
such a long
and
time.
takes
We
the
haven't played
other
Fusion for a
card.
while. I used to play.
Did you see that? That is, I've never seen this before.
Salazzle effect
Yeah, I thought it was.
Watch this. All right, let's play the whole thing.
with a power
right.
tablet and doesn't need to evolve it right
So
here.
here's the
keeping
Greninja play.
those, two prizes in
Here's
play,
the
but
boss.
Playing around a Drapion.
It's really clever.
And
This-
here
this whole game is very
is
back and forth, and it's
the
a very
snipe
unorthodox way.
There's
of-
abilities,
and the
Yeah, it's
snipe
abilities, yes,
on the
my bad,
active. He
yeah,
should
I
go on the
thought it
active.
was,
Yep, he does.
effects of attacks, but it's abilities. So things like Clef Key, I'd imagine.
Yep,
Yeah,
so that
Clef
gets knocked
Key.
out, buddy.
Yeah.
So Clef Key can't affect it. But yeah, we're all learning
Okay,
here today. I hope
90.
You guys are learning
Takes
too.
the Colress, puts it back,
Such a long
takes the
time.
Clara.
Fusion Engine
It
in a
is
while.
unbelievable. One
Yeah,
more
it's
time for those of you guys that haven't
abilities,
seen
yes,
it.
My bad, yeah. I thought it was effects of attacks, but it's abilities.
Watch the Nest Ball pick up,
So
takes the
things like
Nest
Clef
Ball,
Key, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Clef Key.
and then he
Yeah.
goes
So
in,
Clef Key can't affect it. But yeah,
takes the
we're all learning here
Colress,
today. I hope you guys are learning too.
I haven't played Fusion.
takes
in
the
such a long
Clara.
time.
I don't know how you defend it.
I used to play.
I just simply
Salazzle
don't know
Butterfree.
how you defend that action. That is unbelievable. Looking at a card, but well, we don't know that he looked at it, but like he picked it up and put it back down. Like it very clearly left the zone of play. And I don't know why you would ever, under any circumstance, take a prize card that wasn't the first one that you touched. That to me makes no sense. So the fact that none of the judges caught this, I think is a really interesting point. Because dude, the dude touches, he picks it up, bro. There's no takesies backsies when it comes to prizes. Yeah, Mamako says it looks pretty obvious he peeked at it because the corner of it was lifted. I completely agree. I completely agree. I mean, obviously this dude knows what he needs, right? It seems obvious from this perspective. He knows what he needs. And so when he sees that he didn't get what he needed, homie just went for the other one, man. Like, that's so crazy. That the problem with this, and the problem with all cheaters, and this is like all cheaters, is that they only cheat because they feel like they're entitled to win. They feel like they're better than their opponent morally, in game, as a person, whatever it is, that they feel entitled to cheat. That they like, in their mind, they have said, I deserve this more than my opponent. I deserve this win more than my opponent. I deserve this achievement more than my opponent. And that's what gets me, man. That is like disgusting behavior. It's absurd behavior, and it's ban-worthy behavior. Now, I don't know for how long. You know, I do believe in second chances, and I do think that this is a, you know, people that have cheated in the past have come back to the game and have been really good ambassadors for the game. But to make a play like this on stream, I mean, it's just inexcusable. It's just inexcusable. We see it. We all know what's happening. This is ban-worthy for, you know, a significant length of time. Indefinitely, no, I don't believe that. Again, I believe in second chances, but there has to be a consequence for this action. I would rather lose than cheat. If I win by cheating, it means nothing to me. There you go. I wish more people had that attitude, ADM, because there has been historically just, I mean, in any card game, right? Like, there's always going to be bad apples. And when the margins are so thin between a win and a loss, like the dude literally wins if like he has a, you know, 66% chance to win based on his prizes, and potentially more considering he could have drawn Clara earlier in the game, right? Whatever. But the margins are so thin that of course, like, and the prizes are relatively big, like of course people are going to cheat. It's just human nature, right? To try to get ahead by any means necessary. So for Oliver and for the game's sake, I do hope that there is a ban issued. I think there should be. I think a year is probably appropriate. But this is, this is like, blows my mind that nobody at the table saw it. Like the judge, man, I don't know, man. Like every time this stuff comes up on a streamed match, I'm like, what are the judges here for, man? Not throwing these judges under the bus, because I think like we all would miss certain things. But like you have 2, maybe 3 judges at that table and no one is paying enough attention, and maybe they're all looking at different things. I don't know exactly how the judging goes down, right? But like, what? What? You can't see somebody pick up a prize, take a little peeksy pie at it and put it back down? Am I crazy? Am I crazy to think that if I were a judge there, I would have been like, wait a second, that is extremely shady? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Who knows? So Oliver did issue an apology. Well, I don't even know if it was an apology. Let's read it. It offered a statement. So you can go read this statement. It is free to read on their Twitter page. For those of you unaware, I was disqualified from the regional championship in Malmo for cheating live on stream. This post is not made with the purposes of denying the allegations leveled against me. I believe anyone who would label me as a cheater after watching the clips in question would be fully justified in doing so. I hold no grievances against anyone involved. This just reeks of, I'm trying to own up to my mistakes so I don't get a harsher penalty than what I probably should get. So in this statement, I wish nothing but my condolences for any potential blowback you may receive over this. Who is gonna blow back on his opponent? What does that even mean? Dad has no idea. Like that means nothing. I have no idea what that sentence means. Anyway, the reason why this post has come so much later is because I needed time to reflect on what occurred and to tell my side of the story as best I could. I'm feeling gaslit right now. I never intended for what happened to have happened. What does that even mean? Bro, of course you intended for what happened. Like, you of course intended to win. And you intended to cheat. What does that even mean? if I am allowed, okay, and this is maybe the sentence that gets me here too. It's like, man, this guy is really just trying to not get banned for life. Okay. Which is fair. Again, I think like maybe a year ban, maybe 2 years, but I do believe in second chances. I'm sorry. If I'm allowed any second chances, I swear I'll do whatever it takes to restore that trust when I can. I believe that integrity and respect are the highest qualities a player in any game can strive for. My actions yesterday have therefore tarnished not only my name, but all of my achievements. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Goes on to talk about why something about I asked the judge to shuffle. Okay, fine. Whatever. Does not absolve me of blame. You're right, dude. You're a cheater. Can you shuffle these cards for me, bro? Don't be just shuffle the cards, offer them to your opponent, and put them back. It's not that hard. How long you been playing this game? Later into the game, due to me making a misplay with the Pokestop Stadium, I needed to find the Clara for my prizes. I was fully aware of how important that card was and took every opportunity to take a knockout to find it. Yeah, no duh, dude. You're trying to find cards that win you the game. Of course, bro. That's why you cheated, dude. You cheated because you didn't get the cards that you needed to find the game. Exactly. After KOing the second Genesect, I went to grab 2 prizes, and the nerves I was going through at this point were immense. I was already kicking myself for misplaying with the stadium, and not finding Clara and 3 prizes had left me emotionally compromised. Fellas, he was emotionally compromised, so give him the benefit of the doubt. I went to take my 4th prize, which was Nest Ball. I have a disease, which I'm not going to make fun of that, but it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really want to speak to any kind of disorder or diseases that players have, but you looked at the card and it wasn't the one you wanted. You took the second one. So like, I don't know, man. What do you want me to think here? Let me be clear. This is not me justifying the decision. This was a dumb, stupid, irrational decision that makes no logical sense. You're right. You cheated, which is why it makes no sense. I swear I had no idea that the first card was a chorus. I swear, guys. I swear. I picked it up and I had no idea that the first card was a chorus. I did not see the reflection of the card, nor anything else while initially grabbing it. After around 3 seconds of going to take it, I took the other card. What does this mean, bro? What are you saying? I had no idea that the first card was a chorus. I did not see the reflection of the card nor anything else while initially grabbing it. After around 3 seconds of going to take it, I took the other card. Sadly, due to the camera footage not showing what the prize card's trajectory was as it leaves the prizes, I have no way of proving this through evidence. Guys, believe me, okay? Believe me when I say that you have every right to call me a cheater, but believe me when I say that I had no idea that the first card was a chorus. Just believe me. I have no way of proving this. Many people are saying that it looks like I cheated and looked at the card, but I didn't. I have no grievances with anyone who calls me a cheater now. From your perspective, you are absolutely justified in saying that. Okay. Done. Shortly after this took place, the game was stopped and I was disqualified for cheating via manipulating my prize cards. Yeah, bro. Just take the card. Just take the card in front of you. Okay? Oh, well. This is a really interesting full statement. So I encourage you guys to go read this at your leisure. Oliver Barnett. Again, hoping for a ban here. We'll see what happens. But I do, again, believe in second chances. But, I mean, you gotta have... This is egregious. This is egregious. And for someone to not get banned for manipulating prize cards like that would set a horrible precedent. Think about if this player doesn't get banned for this. And then think about like the ramifications, like the ripple effect of this. Like, dude, people get banned, or well, I shouldn't say banned. They get DQ'd for like having sleeves that have nicks on them. I think this is easily a ban, in my opinion. Yeah, not a forever ban. I think they should be allowed to come back at some point in time. But if you take an action like this, you have to have a consequence. Think about the ripple effects for the game. Think about the ripple effects for the lower divisions. This is what gets me too about these cheating scandals, is like, if you could get away with something like this and not get banned in the Masters division on stream, on a streamed game, we have recorded evidence, then think about what the juniors and seniors are going to be doing. Like, think about the cognitive levels between the oldest senior and the youngest senior. And then think about how easy it would be to cheat in that environment. And same with juniors. Like, I've coached some juniors. I coached juniors. And for them to like be able to see like, oh yeah, we can get away with, it's just not good. It's just not good. There was something that did occur with the winner of, there was an incident that did occur with the winner of Hartford. So for those of you guys that didn't know, this is a little bit more of a sensitive topic. So I do apologize in advance for that. Just, I don't know, potential trigger warning, but Rowan was found. A video of Rowan was published and disseminated that showed him getting his head shaved and to have an anti-Jewish symbol shaved into his head. So this obviously caught a lot of attention. I'm not going to show the video because I just don't want that out there necessarily. But what you need to know is they were going to shave his head. Apparently this was, before the tournament at some point, and his friends were shaving his head and wanted to put something, funny. I don't think it's funny, but shave it into his head. They decided on an anti-Jewish symbol, and rightfully so, has caused an enormous uproar, an enormous uproar. And it's, the thing about that is whether or not it was intentionally done by Rowan, or if it was just like a prank, a bad prank pulled by his friends, there's just no room for that in the community. And that is a symbol that makes players feel uncomfortable. That's a symbol that makes players feel unsafe. That makes players feel unwanted, unloved, unseen. And it's a really ugly look for Rowan, his friends, the game in general, right? Like, man, that is just disgusting, just on all levels, right? So like, again, we don't necessarily know from the video whether or not Rowan was in on the joke. Okay. I say joke in like the biggest air quotes that I can possibly make, because it seems like he is unaware to a point, that something was being done to him, that he was getting videotaped, and that they had done something like really disgusting. His friends had. That said, he did issue an apology to all the members of the Pokemon community who have been hurt by the video of me that has been circulating. I am sorry. I understand why you are hurt. The swastika is not a symbol to be thrown around lightly. The symbol represents the death. We'll kind of edit for our sake. Again, I don't, if this is hard to hear, then please don't listen anymore. Please, be sensitive to yourself. The diversity and inclusivity of our Pokemon community are incredibly important to me, as it is the very place where I found my own sense of belonging. Any form of hate here has no place. It truly pains me to know that a video featuring myself has made people feel unsafe and unwelcome in the Pokemon community. I've always strived to approach every new interaction within the Pokemon community as an opportunity to spread kindness and promote the game we all love. I don't necessarily disagree. I think there are a lot of players that, enjoy Rowan, right? And have played with him like locally or at larger tournaments. So I am going to take this at face value, but he goes on to say, in the video, I was drunk and decided it was time to shave my head. I told my friends they could make me look as stupid as they want before giving me a clean shave. Seems reasonable. And honestly, if I was going to shave my head, I would probably say something like that too. In the video, you can hear me say, I can't see the side. Somebody take a picture. I truly did not know that was going to be shaved into my head, and I never would have allowed it if I knew. Immediately after learning what was drawn, I had my friend shave my head. I was truly disgusted and very uncomfortable with being associated with that symbol. I did not post any of these videos on any of my socials and felt gutted when I saw one of my friends had posted it. I had told them this was not funny or a joke. I have told them again. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated, as it has not only tarnished a significant moment in my life, but also my reputation and many relationships I have built in the community. To all those who reached out to me with kind words or to hear my story, thank you. To all those who stood against anti-Semitism online, I thank you as well. Thank you for reading my story. Wrong. So from my understanding, Rowan is under 21. So, it feels a little, I'm not trying to be the judge and jury of this situation because I get it. We all do stupid things. I've done things that I regret before. They just have, never been, they've never come out publicly, right? It's like, we just do things that we regret. We do things that are stupid. We do things that are embarrassing or hurtful or mean or rude. Like, we just do these things again because we are human beings. That's not excusing the situation. That's not saying, oh, this doesn't mean anything because he didn't know. No, there are ramifications to this. Let's take a look at another post from Josh, Jewish player, well-known, says, now that I've had a little bit to collect my thoughts, here are a few things I want to say about the situation that came to light today. It's a bit of a long thread, but I'll try to be concise. First and foremost, as a Jewish person, I need you to understand that the current socio-political climate of the United States is very scary. Yes, if you have never been othered in America, I think there's anywhere really. There's a lot of certainly it feels to certain communities that there's like a swelling rhetoric. Anti-Semitism is gaining a lot of popularity, and as a result of the responses I've seen, I don't feel safe attending Pokemon events. So this is a statement saying, Josh is not necessarily accepting or rejecting Rowan's apology. I mean, at this point, Rowan hadn't made a statement, but I know Josh is not necessarily going to accept or reject Rowan's apology. Maybe he accepts Rowan's apology, but the fact that this happened with friends of Rowan's is concerning, right? There's a ripple effect of this action. Again, did Rowan know? We don't necessarily know, but it just has a conscious effect where Josh would never have thought about this in the safe space of this community. I want to explain this very clearly for those of you who have never lived the experience of being othered, which is, we had a question here. Feather Arrow says, what's being othered? That's just not fitting in with the majority. So if someone is physically presented with the insignia of an ideology that is responsible for the death of millions of minorities, you as their friend saying, haha, it's a joke, stop being so insensitive, is so insanely ignorant. Your goodwill means nothing. To me, that means stay away from him, or I could end up being hurt or dead. So while it's cool that you think I'm overreacting, all you're doing is making me feel unsafe around you as well. The idea that you think, oh, good people make mistakes, and not, oh, the person did something to associate themselves with a hate group and is suffering consequences, is absolutely baffling. I would like to speak to my personal interactions with Rowan. They met a few times. I don't think he's a neo-Nazi, he says here. And then, yeah, again, like just kind of going on to say that basically you can't be too careful. I mean, with this being associated with him and his friends, you can't be too careful. I truly, truly hope that the video posted today is not a reflection of the content of his character, but I don't care whether it is or not. At the end of the day, they are making light of something that has and is actively costing people their lives. Yes, 100%. If it turns out Rowan is actually a victim in this situation, then I'm truly sorry that he's receiving this public hate. Hope he understands why people reacted this way. It's it's disgusting. It's gross, disgusting. A lot of people have said that Rowan, needs to find better friends. I think that that's, true. Again, I do believe in second chances, and sometimes you say things and do things that you don't understand the ramifications that they can have. And you're young. I mean, even old people do this. I don't even want to say like, oh, age, because that's like, oh, age. He's just young. I mean, yes and no. Like, yeah, of course. Like we look back in hindsight, like when we're older, we know more. Like when I was 5, I knew more than I was 2, like, of course. But at the same time, there is a line that was crossed here. And that line, is making people feel unsafe, making people feel insecure, making people feel like their identity, because of their identity, they could be singled out in certain ways. And that's not good. So how do you resolve this? Again, I'm not trying to be the judge here. I'm not trying to be the arbiter of truth, other than my own truth. But in this situation, I think that for Rowan to come out and say, I am doing this, I am going to, in response to this video that was posted that involved me, I am doing XYZ. I am going to not attend tournaments for the rest of I'm not suggesting that this is what he should do, because I think that this apology should be sincere and from Rowan and his friends, whoever was involved in this. Like, I'm not going to attend tournaments for the rest of the year. Or I am not going to play Pokemon for a year, right? I'm going to remove myself from the game for a year or something like, or I'm going to take the winnings from this tournament and I'm going to donate them, or I'm going to donate a portion of them to certain communities that, would be offended or affected by the symbol. Or, I'm going to take time to visit a Holocaust museum, or I'm going to in some way kind of take more time to learn and share my thoughts about what I've learned by going and attending and having these experiences. Because I think, it's something where, could I have seen myself doing something like this when I was that age? Like, probably, because I'm like, we're all stupid. We're all dumb, right? We're all like really dumb. We've all done something really dumb. So I'm not up here trying to say, like, oh, he should do this, or like this needs to happen for me to forgive him, or for the community at large to forgive him. Because that's not what this is about, right? Like, this is about someone doing something stupid. It's come out into the public, and then how do you respond? How do you respond to this? Because I think we should be rooting for a heart change. If this was something that Rowan like knew about, then I think we should be rooting for a heart change. I think we should be rooting for somebody to say, hey, I made a mistake and I'm going to learn, I'm going to educate myself, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do the things that would indicate to others that I have changed. Right? I am going to do XYZ because in my heart, I know that would be the right thing. Because I think we should root for people to be better. Like, we shouldn't come up here and just say they did something really bad and like, let's expel them from the community. Let's, push them so far out. I think there should be room for second chances. I do. Again, that same thing with the cheating scandal, same thing here. That's again not to excuse the fact that this was pretty bad. This was pretty bad. That's not excusing it, but it is just saying that, you know, if I'm in his position and someone posted a video about me in this situation, you know, if something came to light, like, I would be doing what I could to make amends for that publicly. And I don't know what that means to him. You know, I don't necessarily know what that, you know, looks like. Right. And I'm not going to be here saying like, oh, he needs to do this. Like, this is exactly what he needs to do to earn the favor of myself and the community at large. It's not like that. It needs to come from him. But I think we should be rooting for people to change, not just crucifying them because they made a mistake. Or not, maybe not even a mistake. Maybe not, you know, maybe it wasn't a mistake. But we should be rooting for them to change and to be better people, not completely cutting them off and saying that they're garbage. And because we wouldn't want that in his situation. You know, if something were to come up from a past situation of ours for the public, the populace at large, the whole community to know about, like, we wouldn't want to be just pushed off, cast aside. Like, we would want people saying, okay, what you did was wrong. Here's how we can be better. You know, maybe there's a punishment levied by Pokemon. We don't know yet. But ultimately, we should be rooting for the good in people and not just the bad.